Ujjain, around the 5th century. While Gupta kings chase glory in stone, Kalidasa gambles on something softer and far more durable: words. In Golden Ujjain, Kalidasa turns love and sorrow into shining verse. As kingdoms rise and fade, he fights to carve their memory in living words. Here on the Malwa plateau, city lights and monsoon clouds crown the poet's sky. In the age when Gupta kings ruled and Sanskrit flowered, there walked a poet named Kalidasa, whose words would teach even clouds to carry longing. The late 4th and early 5th century saw the Guptas reign over North India, a time when stone, scripture, and song were woven into a new order. Cities like Ujjain became crossroads of trade and thought, where merchants counted coins and scholars counted meters of verse in the same morning light. Of Kalidasa himself, the records are silent. We do not know his village, his teachers, or the names of his kin. Words once traced in river silt now surge forth, as the quiet youth tests his voice against the murmuring waters of Ujjain. We know him instead through the carved echoes of others. Later inscriptions naming Kalidasa beside Vyas and Valmiki as one of the great ones of song. In that age, Sanskrit was becoming a shared high language of power and praise, and Kalidasa learned to make it flow like a clear river through palm leaves. Tradition will later place him in the glittering court of a king Vikramaditya. But the stones are quiet. They tell us only that his verses traveled through patron halls and temples. From older tales and sacred lore, he gathered the threads of his art. But he wove them with a tenderness and sharpness of eye that seemed wholly his own. In Abhijnan Shakuntalam, he reshaped the story of Shakuntala, filling the forest with soft laughter, sudden desire, and the slow ache of separation. His Shakuntala is wronged yet dignified. She speaks in a voice that both submits and resists, shaped by a world where women moved inside rules set by others.
How far may I bend the old tale and still be true?
In Raghu Vamsa, he turned two kings, tracing the line of Raghu and Rama, praising rule as sacrifice and burden. Each generation weighed against the last. In Kumar Sambhava, the mountains themselves rise to speak, as he tells of Parvati's fierce devotion and the birth of Kumara, born for war yet sung with delicacy. Then, in Meghduta, he made no king, no god the center, but a cloud, a journey, and the ache of a banished Yaksa, longing for his beloved in distant Alka.
Cloud, will you carry what a tongue cannot bear alone?
As the Laden sky answers his call, the poet steels himself to bind love, exile, and storm into a single, perilous utterance. In his verse, the cloud lingers over waterfalls, city walls, shrines, and lovers' houses, making the land itself a map of memory and desire. We do not know what exile of his own he wrote into that Yaksa, but the poem holds such tenderness that centuries later readers will feel their own partings inside it. From royal courts to distant ages, his verses ride the storm, locking fleeting mortal lives into the unbroken cadence of Sanskrit. By the 7th century, the Aihole inscription would name Kalidasa beside the epic seers, proof that his songs had already entered the hard memory of stone. Many ages later, across seas, Goith would bow before Shakuntala, and Sanskrit drama would enter a new tongue, carrying Kalidasa beyond the lands he knew. Empires fade, names of kings are forgotten, but his springs, clouds, and forest paths remain, reminding us that beauty in words can keep an age breathing long after its rulers are dust.